And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First for Los Angeles, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. And holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous 7-footer, Chris Kaman. Then there's Nick Young, and it's Gasol at the power forward. And for Brooklyn, Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And it's Pierce, and it's Garnett in at the 4 slot. And Lopez gets it to go.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2-point.
Yeah, Clark, I think they can really attack this club in the paint. That's where they can win this game if they dominate there.
Here's Johnson, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Steve Nash.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Johnson hits them both.
You look at the Joe Johnson trade for the Nets. They picked up his max contract from the Hawks, committing $80 million over 4 years. But, you know, last season, his lowest point output in over a decade, a down season overall. But, hey, there's a lot of talent on this team. He's not expected to score as much anymore.
Lakers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And for the Nets, they started the season doing some of that isolation offensively for Joe Johnson that we saw in Atlanta, Clark.
And even with the most efficient individual scorers, that's not usually the way to go offensively over the long haul. With Joe going through a bit of a lull in terms of his shooting percentages, I thought they might have been better served to anchor the offense around Brook Lopez inside.
Ryan in the post. Johnson's there. Kobe, that's good.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
The open shot by Pierce, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Pierce has got his first bucket in this one.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Good.
Strong move to the hoop. Nice power move. I like that one.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Williams dishes to Pierce. Lopez kicks to Johnson. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Nash outside. And stolen by Deron Williams. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
Nash against Williams. Nash drives in, and he gets the bucket.
That's a perfect up and under there. That's textbook.
Nets have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Here's Williams, takes the 12-footer and hits.
They really look sharp here. Razor sharp. Extremely focused.
And here is Los Angeles now. 6-point game. Nash gets a screen from Gasol. Right side Gasol, stolen by Pierce. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Nets?
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
Now, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Lakers trail by 8. Nash outside. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Nash has got 5 points so far.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
You know, he's got something more than that, Steve. I don't know of a player who can make defenders look as silly and foolish as he does with his passing. Going behind his back, dropping no-look dimes, threading it through guys' legs. I mean, all of that stuff is in his book bag of tricks.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd. I asked about their game plan defensively, and he said, well, we all know it starts for them at the point guard position with Steve Nash and his combination of elite shooting and passing ability. We really have to stick to our principles and work as a team if we're going to have success against him. Guys, we'll see what happens.
All right, Doris, it's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Pierce gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
And it's Kaman missing.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Good look from Bryant. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Bryant's got 8 points.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, this offense is going to be there for them.
Well, Kobe's never been shy about shooting. A lot of people would argue that he gets maybe a little too shot happy sometimes, but you want a guy who's dominant. You want a guy who's not afraid, who's going to fail and just come right back and fire away the next time.
And the Lakers making a change here. Hill, he's checked in for Kaman. Johnson comes in for Nick Young. Steve Blake's checked in for Kobe. And it's Farmar in for Steve Nash. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike D'Antoni was discussing with his players. He told his players that the defense they're up against today has a weakness, and it's protecting the rim. He said, we can make them pay with constant, aggressive moves to the 10 every time down. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And then Gasol slams it in.
Boy, the big fella's showing us a little explosiveness for a change.
Well, maybe Clark is working on his dunk skills because he looked perfectly at home right there.
Now, sometimes he can clang those, so glad to see him get that one down.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. We've got 33 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. It's Terry outside. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Terry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Blake passes to Gasol. And there's the foul. It's on Reggie Evans. That is his first foul of the game. 19 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Blake misses.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Nets. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, this team is on the same page, no question. They're right where they need to be offensively.
And they're hitting their scores with on-time and on-target passes, too. That's fun to watch.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Johnson kicks to Gasol. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Gasol's got his second basket of the game.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Watch. Sinks that one from the post. And the Nets lead by 8. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
Evans with the steal. Karolinko into the lane, and Hill with the block. Oh, trying for it. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Chris Kaman's checked in for Gasol. Young comes in for Wesley Johnson. Kobe's checked in for Steve Blake. And it's Nash in for Jordan Farmar. Shots good by Williams.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Kobe against Johnson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see two tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
And, of course, you look at the numbers. John Stockton with 3,265 steals over his career. Really a crazy number, averaged over 2 a game, and even in his later years, he was a threat in that regard.
Williams dishes to Johnson. The kick out to Pierce. Shoots. Nice shot from the wing. Pierce has got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
So much of what ailed the Lakers could be traced to the lack of defensive presence, and it really came to a head when Magic Johnson, one of the greatest Lakers of all time, called them out about looking to play Showtime offense while not paying attention to solid defense.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Up top, Kobe. He's guarded by Johnson. The drive by Bryant. Good work defensively by Johnson. And going back to what Clark said, they didn't actually try to run that much based on tempo, more than what they might have been used to, certainly, Steve, but the D was a concern, a major one.
Well, it was really more about teams running wild on them instead of the other way around. You look at the Laker personnel, big front line last year with Howard and Gasol. The transition defense wasn't quite there. You throw in the injuries. They were never able to find that balance between good offense and solid defense.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, a quick turnaround for Jason Kidd from a player to head coach. Many felt he could still be playing if he wanted, but he said, quote, "My biggest fear had always been getting hurt and not being able to leave the game on my own terms." It worked out well for him, and guys, just like his playing days, always thinking a few steps ahead.
You bet. Thank you, Doris. Nash, the pass to Hill. Looks for Nash, gets him now. Good, the assist goes to Hill. And that's now 9 points for Nash.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Williams kicks to Garnett. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear. You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Williams dishes to Lopez. And stolen by Kaman. And now Bryant pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Here's Williams. 8 points for him. Pass to Lopez. Tipped away. Tries to keep it alive. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. .144 left to play here in the half. Here's Johnson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, one part of Joe Johnson's game that tends to get overlooked, guys, is his ability to create space with the dribble. He's got great size, and that ability makes him the potent scorer he is.
And for Joe Johnson, as you mentioned, Clark, great size, and he's comfortable, truly, Steve, from shooting anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, and whether it's a spot up or off the dribble, he can go either direction. He's so strong, excellent ball handling ability, but I think he could do a little more damage inside if he chose to. He's got the body to be a good post-up player.
1:16 left in the first half. Kaman inside. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Kaman's got 4 this quarter.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Lopez with the bucket.
How about the delivery in the lane, just perfectly done.
Lakers trail by 9. Left side, Kobe. Lays it up and banks it in. Kobe's got 14 points.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Kicks it to Johnson. And it's blocked by Kobe. And Young, here we go. And he gets it to go. Now just a 5-point Nets lead.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. Get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And it's good. 20 seconds left in the first half. Ryan against Johnson. Outside Bryant. Over Garnett. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Nets lead by 7. And now let's...
I'm here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, one of the challenges...
Now, presented by Sprint.
And a fun game going out in the borough of Brooklyn.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Brooklyn, and a look spanning over the East River at Lower Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He has 14 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Fader on the way. That drops. Kobe's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Lakers. Nets leading by 5.
This is the second season for the Nets here in Brooklyn. It's amazing how quickly they've made themselves a part of this community. And they've tried to capture some of that history from sports in the past. In fact, they have the flagpole from the old Ebbets Field right outside the Barclays Center. Kind of a cool historical connection.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Lopez sets a screen for Williams. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 7th assist in the game. And for the Nets, you notice that unlike most teams with their jerseys, whether they're on the road or at home, it's Brooklyn across their chest.
I think that represents them representing the borough, Kevin, and looking to establish a new identity. And even if you aren't a big Nets fan, for Brooklynites, it's easy to throw on a black and white sweater or jersey with Brooklyn across the front of it.
Kobe, that's for 2. Shot misses. Johnson with some nice D. And the foul on Chris Kaman. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Watch comes in for Brook Lopez. And Kirilenko's subbed in for Kevin Garnett. Williams kicks to Pierce. Left side Pierce. Off the left rim and out.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Watch. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, that's a great pass by Darren Williams.
Inside to Gasol, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, gentlemen, the Lakers barely squeezed into the playoffs last season. Despite that, they had the largest luxury tax bill in the league, almost $30 million, more than double the next highest team in the Miami Heat. So, maybe one silver lining for them with Dwight Howard deciding to move to Houston? The team won't have to shoulder the even more punitive taxes that began this season. Evan?
Good point, Doris. Thanks. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Johnson comes in for Nick Young. The Lakers on D, trailing by 5. Now Kirilenko. Pass to Blotch. Nets passing it around. And it's good. Walk through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
For Brooklyn, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And you look at the numbers, guys, this team shot a 73% clip over the course of last season.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled. You know, even though he's getting up there in years, guys, Powell's effectiveness shouldn't really drop off much. He's a long, skilled player who doesn't play off the ground very much, and his versatility should help his longevity.
Terry kicks over to Blotch. Doubled by Farmar. And the Nets with possession here. Evans passes to Terry. 6 on the shot clock. Drains it from beyond the arc. Terry's got 6 points. Clark, you mentioned the versatility of Pau Gasol. Steve, it's really the defining quality of his game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the ability to do so many things offensively as a big guy just really completes a team. Now you can run any kind of offense you want. And Pau, as a passer, as a scorer, as a shooter, has been one of the best in the game for the last decade.
Farmar dishes to Gasol. Stolen by Terry. Goes up, throws down the breakaway jam.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
And the foul on Jason Terry. That's his first foul.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Hill gets a screen from Johnson. Watch against Hill. Farmar kicks to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Shot to stop the run. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Hill.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Terry outside. Fires the 3. And that's collected by Hill. Hill's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The open shot by Johnson. And a great assist by Farmar as that one goes in. Johnson's got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. Now here's Terry, defended by Farmar. Terry, the pass to Johnson. Fires for 3. And it's Terry again missing. Lakers trail by 9. Farmar dishes to Blake. Drops in the tray. Blake's got 5 now. There's 21 seconds left in the 3rd. Now here's Terry. He has 6. Johnson inside. Guarded by Blake. They get it back. Shot's good by Blotch.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Here's Gasol. Great D that time from Blotch. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been... And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. And, Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter is, as you well know, huge.
Yep, no question.
Here's Williams. Right side, Pierce. Takes the 13-footer. That's good on the jump shot. Pierce has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Nets. To the right side. Gasol goes in. Here's Kobe. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Kobe Bryant now at 35 years of age, and you know what impresses me is the way he's adapted his game and remained so effective, even as he's lost a little in the way of explosiveness. He can now beat you on the ground as much as he used to be able to beat you in the air.
Terry kicks to Williams. The pass to Lopez. They double him with Kaman. 13 feet away. Lopez, no luck.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Kobe kicks it over to Nash. And stolen by Darren Williams. And now in transition is Pierce. Here we go. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes, and cashing in.
Clark, you mentioned Kobe's changes offensively. Plays a lot more, Steve, I think, with his back to the basket.
Well, he's always had great footwork, but he's taken it to the next level. He's so elusive with those pump fakes and the spins. Even with the hand in his face, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to knocking down contested jumpers.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And Pierce, here we go. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Pierce. 6 points for Kevin Garnett.
And this game has really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
And Gasol with the dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Williams passes to Pierce. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Joe Johnson.
The open shot, Lopez. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Had so much space there, and the defense really not showing him the respect. You can see his eyes get wide.
Nash kicks to Bryant. Back to Nash. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And Gasol, here we go.
You know, for Pau Gasol, calling last year a rough year might be an understatement. He fought off an injury and tried to find a role on a team that was in transition. A year like that can really take a lot out of a guy.
Nets leading by 10. Johnson dishes to Garnett. Lopez. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. And Steve, for Pau Gasol, he dealt with knee tendonitis from the first day of the season, then a concussion, torn plantar fascia. I mean, he just had one setback, it seemed, health-wise after another.
It was just that kind of season, which symbolized the fate of his Lakers, too. They just never seemed to get it going until it was too late. But, you know, with Gasol, we're talking about a guy who's remained effective for a long time in his career. And when you have that kind of skill level, I think your game can translate as you get older.
For Brooklyn, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Kaman with the block. Young against Garnett. It's stolen by Garnett. And now Williams inside. And he gets the bucket.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
It's stolen by Garnett. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. And that'll be his third foul so far. Johnson against Bryant. And it's Johnson penetrating. Here's Lopez. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lopez has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Here's Johnson. That's good. And the Nets lead by 15.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Pierce's shot is good.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson with it. Lopez, a screen on Nash. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Sacre, he's checked in for Kamen. Hill comes in for Pau Gasol. Xavier Henry, he's checked in for Young. And it's Jody Meeks in for Bryant. And he recovers it.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for the Nets.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
Nets leading by 17. It's stolen. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. Feeds it to Blake. He kicks it to Hill. Evans with the steal. Knocks it loose. Johnson outside. Johnson off the pick from Terry. There's the pick. Johnson, the pass to Karolinko.
You know, guys, Karolinko took a year off from the NBA in 11-12 to play in his native Russia, and he won the EuroLeague MVP. Also helped Russia bring home the bronze in London, and last season was a key player for Minnesota.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And for Karolinko last season, as you mentioned, Clark, a big role for the Timberwolves. Now, Steve, if he can just stay healthy.
Yeah, all those injuries. He missed 18 games last year, but with his defense and his versatility, he helped keep that team afloat.
Livingston kicks over to Blatch. Here's Evans. Hangs in the air. Tries yet again. Second chance shot. And Hill with the block. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing.
Well, Joe, congratulations on this.